This episode is brought to you by Pinecast. Pinecast is a super easy to use podcast hosting website. It's still fairly young, but it's actually very cheap and it's super easy to use. The starter plan is only $5 and it's going to give you unlimited storage, unlimited episodes, unlimited bandwidth. It gives you an import tool. It gives you better analytics. It pretty much breaks down all the platforms that your listeners are listening to, like where they're listening from. Android, say you're listening from Windows or iTunes or whatever, you're going to see exactly where everyone's listening from, which is really cool because you can sort of cater to those audiences if you want to. Gives you your own website. It has a website builder, which we use for clearshotspodcast.com. Super, super cool. And their cheapest plan is only $5. So it really isn't going to break the bank. And if you want to use a special code that I'm about to give you, you're going to get 40% off for 4 months, which is a super awesome deal. 40% off and you're only paying $5. It's also going to help us out because anytime you sign up with this code, we get a bit of a discount on ours. So it helps us both out. If you're thinking about starting a podcast or you already have a podcast, make the move to Pinecast and use the code R-63F8FB. That's R-63F8FB for 40% off your first 4 months. Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. Today we had Aaron back on the show and we did probably 3 hours. We basically made a decision to stop doing videos because our camera is not great at all. And it's just a pain in the ass to edit, so we can pump things out faster to you if we don't have to do videos. We actually get a lot more listeners through like iTunes and Stitcher and Google and iHeartRadio or wherever else we are. Than we do on YouTube. So I think it's probably not a bad idea to just call it quits on the video for a little while, at least until we get a good camera, if we ever do. But anyway, we did 3 hours with Aaron, and here it is.
Don't give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot!
So I had a good day at work today. I made a song about this guy, Dan, that I work with.
Yep.
And
it's a good song, too.
he was messing with the broccoli. So I started calling him Broccoli Hand Dan. Mm-hmm. And then I told him I was going to write a song about it, and I finished it by the end of the day. It's only a little tidbit. Right. But it goes, Broccoli Hand Dan was walking down the street. He's got broccoli for hands, that's all that people see. Then one fateful day, he went down to the beach, and people said, Dan, what you got on your feet? He said, I got celery in between my toes. Up and down it grows, and left to right it flows. That's the story of classy Broccoli Hand Dan. He was a sweet old man till he joined the Taliban.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that actually pretty deep?
That's insane.
Right? I'm like Post Malone.
I think it needs instrumentals.
No, that's it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah, just thigh slapping.
A little bit of percussion.
No, specifically thigh slapping.
Yeah.
It's a thigh slapper, that's for sure.
You're damn straight, Skipper.
Not a knee slapper.
So we got Mark Berlin on today.
Yep.
Then we got Eric,
Donald,
Aaron,
Jim, Jimothy,
Eric and Dan.
We got Eric, Andre. We got Falafel Hand Aaron. Falafel.
Yeah.
I love these.
Were you talking about falafel?
I was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about that.
What is falafel? I don't even fucking know.
It sounds good. It sounds either really good or really bad, like latkes.
It's something that I've not had, so I know that much.
I mean, from all I know, is it's like a Greek and slightly Middle Eastern food. I believe.
So it's amazing.
Is it a dessert or is
it's got like meat like that you shred.
Oh.
And like I think you eat it in like kind of like a I don't know, a sandwich thing. I have no clue.
A sandwich.
I don't know.
I feel like it's got asparagus in it.
Probably.
It sounds like it does.
Or alfalfa. Falafel is just an anagram for alfalfa. Maybe that's just what it is.
Yeah, basically.
I don't think.
Falafel.
Okay, so it's a deep fried ball, donut, or patty made from ground chicken peas, fava beans, or both.
Oh, so we were all wrong.
Yeah, we weren't even close.
It's a Middle Eastern food.
Okay.
Well, you got that one.
All right. Yeah, but I could have sworn they put like shred beef or something like that. Like there's like falafel.
I imagine that you can mix and match.
Kind of like Domino's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Domino's kind of thing. Wisconsin 6 cheese falafel.
Ooh,
We got our Domino's one of a kind falafel pizzas.
I try them. I think I would.
I wish Domino's did calzones. I want to order a calzone without having to talk to somebody that works at Calio's.
You don't have to. They just place the
Right.
order online.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I do that once in a while, and you don't have to do. What's cool is like if you use a credit card, they just come to the house and they're like, "Here's your food." And then they leave. Like you don't have to sign or anything. Like
Really?
you just grab it and leave.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's always the best part.
Is it loud when I turn that on?
I heard it pop off and then pop back on.
Yeah. It's fine.
Just
So,
for a quick vape.
We got Aaron on
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Again?
Again.
at last. Super
Great to be
spur of the
on.
moment. Seth texted me yesterday and he goes, "So when are you available?" And I'm like, "Friday and Sunday." And he goes, "Cool." And then all of a sudden we're in a group chat and you're like, "Yeah, I'll be over at 4:30."
Basically.
It was perfect. That's like the fastest we've ever booked somebody. So, congrats. We don't have a record book, but
Yeah, we don't have
alright.
trophies for this.
we don't have.
but
We do have complimentary water.
Yeah, the complimentary waters.
Yeah, that's a new thing we're trying out. We hear people need water to survive, so we figured we'd supply them with some.
I read something about like how people.
nondescript,
Yeah.
unlabeled
Like,
bottle of
that's
water.
the best part is there's
Yeah,
no
that's
label.
great.
Well, it's so you can't. I can't sponsor. I don't want to sponsor Great
Oh, shit.
Value.
Yeah.
Well, you can't really tell what that is.
I like how his monster label's like directed towards the camera.
This isn't Monster.
It's Monster.
It's
Shit, that's still.
I just blacked that out like with a Sharpie. Just says Monster.
Yeah,
You
close
actually
enough.
could do that pretty well because the O's kind of U-shaped. See what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You can make that a Monster.
I feel like that's the most '90s label that's still around now. Is Monster.
It's around all. It's like
It's NASCAR.
It's NASCAR.
It really is.
it's pretty NASCAR. It's X Games as fuck.
It's X
Oh,
Games
yeah.
as fuck. It's
It's
Call of Duty
so
as fuck.
X Games,
But
yeah.
it's now it's NASCAR because like the NASCAR used to be the Sprint Cup. Now it's the Monster Cup, like the Monster Energy Cup.
Wait, that's real?
that's real. Yeah, like the top tier
Oh, there was
shit, that's
Winston Cup. There was Nextel Cup, right?
yeah.
Sprint Cup.
Yep. Now it's Monster.
This cup, that cup.
There's cups all over the place. Piston
Yeah, but
Cup.
NASCAR is like the only one that matters, unless you're like un-American or not American.
Yeah, it's all about Bush League, dude.
Then it's all about fucking F1 racing is pretty crazy though.
It is fucking crazy.
You ever watch that shit?
I think so.
The Indy cars,
Okay, yeah.
they're disgusting.
It's fucking
It's
crazy.
Like you know, you ever I've never skateboarded, but I have friends that you ever skateboard.
Yeah. A little
It's
bit
like
like
it's
when
like
I was in-
skateboarding, basically.
Well, it's like you know how when you're
That's in high
skateboarding,
school,
if you
yeah.
hit like a little pebble, like even if it's just a tiny pebble, you'll fucking stop
yeah.
and launch. That's what F1 cars are like.
Dude, yeah. Well, what
Terrifying.
they say that
It's like all momentum and drifting. Like once you hit top speed, it's just
yeah, somewhat.
dude, fuck that shit.
Those cars brake really well too, like
Yeah.
better than
Oh,
anything.
guaranteed.
Like, which is crazy.
They have
You could
to.
be going so fast and then decelerate super quickly, and it turns going like 30 miles.
Well, they
an
go
hour.
like over 200 miles an hour, don't they?
Yeah, in the straights,
That's not even fair. That's fucked up.
and then they decelerate so fast that's like it's probably demanding on your body. Like, I
Right.
would imagine it's probably hot as fuck too. Not as hot as like a NASCAR where you're in the fucking like an enclosed area, but still, open wheel racing is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because you fucking anything you touch is gonna fuck you.
Yeah, dude.
Like it's really not safe. And you have no roll cage basically. So if you roll and flip and die,
You're dead.
Yeah,
as-
you're
dead as fuck.
fucking done.
Yeah, and you're probably on fire.
Probably. 40 to 60% chance.
Yeah. See, and everybody thinks monster trucks are super dangerous, but I think it's all about the.
You mean
engine
monster
cars.
trucks?
Yeah, that's true.
Monster truck.
Dude, if Monster Energy started to own monster trucks, it'd be like fucking.
There's a drink. There's a beverage for everything.
It'd be like Reebok with the UFC. Like every single fucking monster truck would have the monster logo on it somewhere. They probably already do.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, they probably do.
They
Actually,
probably do.
like I feel like there's a drink for just about every like sport or like event.
Or hobby.
Yeah, or hobby.
Right.
Like Mountain Dew is just like associated with gaming.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just a like it's just
Like
a
it
Mountain
makes
Dew thing.
sense, but it's weird.
Yeah. Remember when they had Game Fuel?
Oh yeah.
See, everybody talks about that. I remember when it came out, but I never tried it.
It was like 2006.
Everybody told me it was like the most delicious shit. One of the Halo games.
It was Halo 3 when
Halo
it came out.
Yeah, and you could redeem the codes for double XP.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the precursor to microtransactions.
Yeah, I used a lot of double XP. That's for sure.
Guaranteed.
I never did.
There was that
I
orange.
just drank it.
That orange
You just
Game
drank
Fuel.
it?
I just
Was it
drank
delicious?
You shoulda gave
Or
me
was
the
it the
codes,
same
dude.
as regular Mountain Dew?
No, it was definitely like a citrus orange.
It was like closer to the
live wire almost.
yeah.
But like, then when they did the second like version of Game Fuel, they had like 2 flavors or something like that because they did it for like World of Warcraft. So there's like,
And they did it
For
for
the Horde
Call
and,
of
like-
Duty. They did it for one of the Call of Duty games too.
yeah,
I want to say it was like Modern Warfare
They
2 or
did Battlefield 1 Monsters, where if you
I
bought-
do remember that.
yeah, if you
Oh yeah.
and one of my coworkers didn't drink Monster, so he would buy them for the codes for battle packs, and then just give me all the monsters.
Wow.
And he gave me this big fucking grocery bag full of like 20 something monsters. It's
Jeez,
That's
great.
awesome.
That was when my caffeine addiction went from like so to like, yep.
That's like a forced. That's a forced caffeine addiction.
Oh yeah.
Well, he was like,
You have to drink
he
it, you're
texted
not-
me. He goes, I have a bunch
You
of
don't.
monsters.
Like,
He
what
goes-
else are you gonna do?
He goes, I have a bunch of monsters laying around. Do you want them? And I'm like, sure. So I was expecting like 5 to 10. No,
Yeah.
I
It
had
was like
so many monsters.
It was like
I
40.
mean, I wouldn't complain.
No, it was great. I had
those will
mixers
last.
for days.
Yeah, those will last you, dude. You could be shaking. You could be shaking constantly. It'd be
Still
awesome.
am, dude.
Yeah. Still over there twitching and shit. That's a long. Those are serious monsters, dude. Those are long-lasting ones. The big, you know those big ones with the resealable fucking top.
Yeah, the
and
ones
shit?
that I always see you with.
Yeah, like they're the
They're like
24
2 liters.
ounces or something like
They're
that.
like pasties.
And they have the ones that look like not like actual like they have like a weird valve top to them.
Yeah, I think they used to call them like the Euro monsters or something doofy like that. The import.
Oh yeah, Monster Import. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
I started
my
drinking.
girlfriend always makes the argument that they taste different, and I'm like, they're the same thing. It's just in a different bottle.
Yeah, basically.
But that does happen. Like when things are in different containers, they can taste different. Obviously,
Beer.
based on what
Dude.
they're in. Especially beer. Beer is interesting too because they brew certain beverages in certain bottles to allow like a certain amount of light to get to that drink, and it
Right.
changes the way like the taste profile of it. That's why you see bottles that are brown and green and blue and shit like that. It's strategic,
right.
which is kind of cool. I wish I knew more about the art of brewing beer, but I don't.
Eh,
I think it'd be cool to do.
that'd be interesting.
I wonder how much it costs. If it's
It's gotta
expensive.
be easy. I know a bunch of dads that do it. My
Mm-hmm.
dad does it. My uncle does it.
Dustin does it.
Yeah.
They just buy like a beer brewing kit. You get like a 55-gallon, one of those big water jugs that you put on the cooler or whatever.
Yeah, it's really just like maintaining it. You know, it's like that's really the cost. Like getting like the setup. Like you can get like a small like home brew, like Jake was talking about, for like $50 or $60.
Yeah.
Same with mead.
You could make moonshine or something.
Mead apparently is
Right.
like super easy to make. You just need a ton of honey and just like spices and flavorings and stuff. You just
Yeah.
let it sit in this.
So
That sounds
just get
delicious.
Yeah.
just capture a bunch of bees, then you'll always have honey. Then you don't have
Yeah.
to worry about that.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know how cost effective that would be.
I mean, it's
You
free.
could sell the rest of the honey, the extra honey or the extra meat.
Yeah. You could be the honey guy.
The honey guy.
The honey guy.
Jake the honey guy Jones.
It's already my nickname.
It is now. It's a pretty good nickname, though. If you
Yeah,
think
it's
about
not bad.
My grandma gave it to me. She said, Jake,
Yeah.
she's like, you got nice shoulder blades. I'm going to call you the honey guy.
You're the honey guy now.
I'm like, Grandma, we got to bring you back to the home. No, my grandma's alive and well.
That's good.
Congratulations to your grandma.
For now.
I hope she's listening.
You know, TikTok.
So I went back and watched the first time you were on, and I was like, you know what? Like, we talked about random shit just like we're doing right now
Right.
for the first part, and then the second and third was like all about music. And I was like, you know, we pretty much scratched the surface of what we could have talked about.
Oh yeah.
I was
easily.
thinking, like, the whole time I was like listening to it, I was like, oh shit, I should have said that.
Right.
And now that we're sitting here, I'm not going to remember any of it.
I have a couple hypotheticals that are music related. Two of them in particular I was talking to with Cass the other day.
Shoot him.
Fans of the show will know who Cass is. We had him on. First one is
We had him on
quite a
couple
bit.
times.
Three
We did
times.
like, let's see,
We did 6 parts.
we did probably like
6 hours.
yeah
7
around
hours.
6. Let's see, we did
Jeez.
3 or 4. We did 3 the first time.
Did
I
you
think
get through
and
this
4
whole
the second.
trek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole story?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We did.
we did like 7-8 hours of, of shit with cats.
It
Wow.
was great. Oh my god, it was awesome. I've been hanging out with him ever since.
Cool.
And we were talking about music yesterday. He said if you could bring back Beethoven and Mozart,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to give them one album that has been released since they died, what album and or artist or song do you think they would like the most? Going from, what is it, the 1500s, 1600s? When did they died? The 1800s.
When did they died?
1800s?
I have no idea.
I'm actually blanking too.
Whenever they stopped
died.
whenever they stopped living.
So yeah, what basically anything, literally anything from like
Whenever they
anything
expired.
from the 50s to now. What do you think they personally would like the most? Because they were like classical music that told stories, but was also very intricate compared to their contemporaries.
Something neoclassical, something like Jeff Loomis. He's like a guitar version of classical music, like a technical guitar version of classical music.
Yeah, like it would definitely be interesting to see what they would think of, like, guitar players like Yngwie Malmsteen, Jason Becker.
Yeah, like
Marty
neoclassical
Fried.
shit.
Yeah. I think I would probably pick.
The Catch Me Outside Girl.
Yeah, that song that you.
Gucci flip flops.
Yeah, that one. I mean, I don't know. I guess like maybe like an Alan Holdsworth record, like 16 Men of Tain or something like that. Because he started off as a very classically trained musician that tried thinking outside of the box while still using music theory. So it would just be interesting to see what they thought of his process of writing music, comparatively to how they used music theory, hundreds of years before.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were saying guys like Eric Johnson, guys that just played nice, smooth guitar without any crazy shit. It's
Right.
just like nice, but also like psychedelic concept albums we figured would blow their minds the most. We were thinking like Dream Theater and Pink Floyd and Rush would be weird for them to experience because they never, like, even back when those albums were first made, people were like, how the fuck are they making that sound?
Yeah,
Now
maybe
imagine
certain
coming from
Porcupine
100,
Tree
150
albums.
years beforehand.
Yeah. Like certain Porcupine Tree albums, I think
Yeah.
would be interesting because there's some that are like put together conceptually, like Anesthetize or like I think that's probably my favorite album by them.
I like Deadwing a lot.
Oh yeah, it's
Deadwing's probably my favorite.
The incident's
and
really
Absentia
good.
is alright, but Deadwing's.
I thought I was so upset because in Absentia or not Anesthetize is not on fucking Spotify.
They just put
All
it
the
back
rest of
on
their shit
iTunes.
is. Like there's a lot of Porcupine Tree on there, but that's not on there.
It was taken off of iTunes for a while, and they just put it back on. Like a lot of Porcupine Tree, Steven Wilson stuff.
That's weird.
It was weird. It was taken off. Maybe
I mean, I
contracts
have
or
it.
something or whatever.
Right.
Licenses.
Luckily, I have it, but
Yeah. Who was that guy you were saying though? What did you say his name was?
Alan Holdsworth?
Alan Holdsworth. That's not my phone. I had to write that down. I've never heard of that guy.
Yeah, he's
how are you gonna
a
write it down with your phone?
fusion guitar player. Played with like a few other
I gotta write that down.
Yeah,
That's like a thing that
holsters?
happens. That's a thing that happens
Holdsworth.
now.
Alan Holdsworth.
Sweet.
That's what people say nowadays.
Yep, that's him.
Awesome.
I mean, like, one of the really weird things that he was playing around with, like, in the 80s, they had, like, the synth axe from Yamaha. That was just, like, this really bizarro guitar thing that was, like, also...
Bizarro!
Dude, yeah, it was, like, also a piano, and you could hook up this tube so you could, like, play it like a flute. Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
It was the most
It's the one-man
craziest
band, dude.
Oh, dude, it was insane. And of course, Alan Holdsworth, being an insane guitar player, made it sing.
It's got like 17 strings, like such an odd number.
No, it's just like a 6-string guitar.
Perpendicular.
Yeah, like a harp. Like, it's like a
Basically.
harp layout.
Yeah,
What are those? You went to Fitzhugh,
It's like
right?
a guitar with a harp attached to it.
yeah,
With
kind of.
a-
Yeah,
with- and it looks like, you know those chairs with the hose that you blow into? It's got one of those.
fuck. yeah, all right.
You can't make it run unless you're not drunk.
You can't play it unless you're like.
It doesn't work. The strings don't move unless you're fucking sober.
No, it's the other way around. You have to be drunk.
You have to, yeah, you have to blow point
Point-
8.
Point-
Oh, wait.
You have to blow.
0.8.
You have to blow 0.3.
Oh,
Legally dead. What's it called? You went to Fitzhugh, right? Remember the woman that would come in, and it wasn't a slide guitar, but it was a thing you put on your lap and you push the buttons and strum. Do you know what that is?
Oh, yeah.
What is that called?
What the fuck is that thing?
I haven't seen one.
dulcimer?
Ever since
A
that.
dulcimer?
Oh, yeah, you might be right.
How do you spell that?
Do you, did she play it with like a,
D-U-L-I-C-E.
No, it's not that. It looked like kind of it was like a harp mixed with a
Yeah.
It
slide
might be
guitar.
like an auto harp. We'll type in auto harp.
it's like
Yep.
That's what it is?
Yeah,
Auto
those things
harp?
are fucking sweet.
Yeah.
I want one. Yeah,
Yeah, because they have dulcimer versions of those.
this thing.
yeah, okay. Yeah, it's,
Yeah, I found one of those at like an old part of the school that BOCES used to own.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was just like sitting there, and like it was obviously out of tune when you just like strung your fingers against it. It totally sounded like some like horror movie sound, like and it was like so like reverberating. And
they should
bad.
make one of those that's also an accordion.
An accordion with buttons. You're smushing your fucking
Yeah.
fingers into it. Well, accordions already have buttons.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I don't know how those are played. I mean, I guess it's how does it even work? Does it block
It's
certain
I think it's springs,
areas
isn't it?
of the? Well, I imagine what happens is the buttons block certain airways, so that like it can
Right.
change the tone of what you're doing, and that's just the way you play it.
You never
That's just
see
the way
accordions, do you? Weird Al.
You don't. No.
Weird Al.
There's maybe like a ska band or
I was
something.
gonna say, I remember Mike Phillips was trying to
Oh,
learn
yeah.
how to play the accordion.
Did he just buy one like out of the blue?
Literally, yeah. Like
I
his
wonder how-
dad
They gotta
just
be
like.
expensive. I can't imagine those things are cheap.
I'm pretty
Jamie
certain you can
pulled
go
it
on Craigslist. and
Unless
find
you
a
want
deal.
to, unless
Yeah.
you want to buy like a first act accordion.
The first act equivalent of an accordion.
Little Tykes,
Yeah.
like a fucking.
Elite Frog.
I mean,
Yeah, they're $400. This one's used and it's $360. This one's
That's not
$850.
bad.
Type in-
$850 brand.
Type
new.
in Fisher Price accordion.
Fisher Price.
They gotta have those.
do I know what scares me though? now that Toys R Us is closing, First Act is gonna like lose all of their business.
They have
Are they Toys R Us exclusive?
I mean, that's where I used to see a lot of First Act stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of kids are moving towards paper jams. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's just the way the market's going.
Right.
We're going to be serious this podcast and talk about the depths of music. Yeah, lots of kids are playing paper jams nowadays.
They have the Hello Kitty paper jams, and those are selling like hotcakes now.
Do they have the Hello Tushy paper jam?
Hello,
No, they don't have those.
Oh, I thought it'd have something to do with Fortnite.
No. Call it. We brought up Fortnite.
Is that a trigger word for Jake?
Yeah. He doesn't like Fortnite.
Now he has to drink.
Has to drink to Fortnite.
Oh, he has to drink to Fortnite. All right.
It's one of those things that everybody talks about, so you get upset.
I don't even play video games, so I don't even know.
That's the worst part, too. Is that,
No, that's the best part.
Well, no,
I
that's
have
the
no
best
clue.
part, is that you don't play video games, but you still know what it is.
To an extent.
Everybody that you know that plays video games.
Yeah.
So what happens with? How do you even play paper jams? Is it just a button?
I think they're heat sensitive.
What are paper jams?
They're paper guitars. That's what they are. And I'm pretty sure that they like.
They're magnets or something.
Yeah, there has to be some kind of. No, there actually
How do
is
they
kind
work?
of a way to do it.
I don't know. You like plug them in, and you just push on it, and it goes beep beep beep,
Right.
dee, 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 but it's the whole guitar. But when you strum it, I remember getting one when I was younger, from like Goodwill or something, and it was like it would only play the song that was programmed into it,
Oh no.
which was weird,
It happens.
but it was fun.
See if I can find something cool.
Some paper jams.
Here it is. Now it is literally
this-
flat. Like it's
But
a.
why are the guys from Avenged Sevenfold the ones?
Four different ways to jam. Instant Rockstar in perfect
Okay, so it has to be a magnet,
strumming. Press the
or it has something that detects your fingers.
strum once. That starts the beat that counts you in.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Take your guitar skills up a level to rhythm mode, where you rock out in rhythm with the
Oh,
song.
rhythm mode.
And out of rhythm. When you're ready to play like a real musician, go into freestyle and create your own tunes. Check
Oh,
out
so
the
you can
volume icon on
freestyle.
the chords.
Might have to
As
get
you
one
control
of
the
these.
volume, just hold the volume button down and slide up or down the neck to turn it up or down. Want to rock out even more? Use karaoke mode. Press the mode and demo buttons until you hear a guitar chord. Then choose a
It's pretty
song.
sick.
Press fret 1 to take out the vocals. Strum once. Frets 2 and 3 will mute the
You know, it's actually more
Press frets 1 through 3
complex than I thought it was.
Right.
Me too.
Rock for real with paper jams.
Man, that was pretty good. I kind of want to watch it again.
I have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Are there paper jam bands?
We just saw it.
Yeah,
Avenged
that was a
Sevenfold.
paper jam band. They were a paper garage jam band. I just want to like see a bunch of people in a garage.
We're back country.
Do they have paper jams like drums? I wonder. Like if it's you would shatter them immediately, like immediately
Look at
rip
them
them.
to get them to play.
No, it actually looked like that. That sounded like a toilet flushing.
That's probably gonna taste like,
Like a
something.
toilet.
Yeah, it's gonna
flushed
taste
down
like a
a
toilet flushing.
Nope.
It's not gonna work.
Maybe.
I kind of want to get paper jams though, for real.
I'm good.
I kind of want to just see
It's a hard no.
how badass I can. I'm just gonna write songs with it.
I mean, I already have like,
Start a new
too many
band.
instruments that
Start
I
a
don't
new
write
band. Call it
guitars on.
Paper Knots.
Not
Nah.
get sued by Jake Bear or like anyone else.
Well, he doesn't actually own the rights. We don't even own the rights to this to our band name. So
I do.
technically speaking,
They were a pub. They were
Technically, Paul Gamble does. He hasn't been in the band in like years.
yeah. I think we tried to get.
It's
that.
Natalie
Okay.
or Matt McCabe.
Yeah.
Those
that
Jews.
I would believe.
He always thinking of something. He
What's
probably
funny is
does.
that was
because
totally
he's the only
different.
one that
The whole band was totally different.
it was cool.
Like it wasn't. I liked what they were
I
doing.
liked it in the beginning. I liked it a lot in the beginning,
Yeah, it was better.
and I hated.
I wouldn't say that. Definitely. Two
I think it was more
spectrums.
accessible. I
It's
think it was.
definitely different.
I think it was more accessible
Oh yeah,
because it was just very easy, soft rock.
Mhm.
Nobody was trying to do anything too crazy
yeah,
with their talents.
yeah. And then I got too crazy.
And then you were just like, hey, I learned this song on Paper Jams, and fucking throw it in.
No, a lot of the stuff I played wasn't technical, really. Even like the newer stuff. I mean, there were certain sections that were somewhat hard, but not really anything that was like fucking out of this world. Like,
Yeah, it was just like, bing, 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 bing,
yeah,
Yeah, what he's saying.
I don't remember that song.
That was one of them.
That was one of
It
them.
was one of the encores.
Yeah, that was one of them. We brought that one back up from the archives once in a while. He knows it better than I do.
New old style.
I was there from the beginning. I remember when it was
Yeah.
I remember actually before that when it
I
was
still see people wearing that shirt.
when it was
What's his
Wormwood.
face was wearing it at Wes's there the other day.
Joe was.
No, Colin was. He
Colin?
was wearing the
Zach.
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 Yeah.
He was wearing the Ethernet
I
shirt.
was like, Jesus Christ, I don't remember a Colin being there.
Where's Colin now? Does he live here?
Still in
Denver.
Colorado.
Oh, classic.
Yep.
I'll drink to Fortnite.
No, don't.
Why not?
It's-
I don't see the problem.
There is no problem. The problem is that everybody plays it and everybody talks about it. so
It's a
no-
free game.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's why everybody plays it.
and it's
The
on
problem
like,
is-
every platform too.
It is.
It
That's
really
messed up.
it really bugs me because it's
Is it on the Switch yet? I think it is on the Switch now.
I want to play Splatoon or whatever it was.
Yeah.
dude,
Is
Splatoon
it
is
fun?
actually
It looks
wicked
cool.
cool.
It's
It's
basically
really
like
cool.
a paintball fucking kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of sick looking.
I was just really disappointed that they added those characters into the new Smash game.
hmm
I was like, come on.
Well,
no.
that was the only characters they added, wasn't it?
maybe. I
And
have
then
no
all
clue.
the rest, I think all the
Mega
rest
Man.
are just like the.
And Cloud.
Well, I think it's all just like all the old characters, like literally every old character.
But they're
is in
having
there.
Mega Man. And
Mega Man's already in it.
Yeah.
And so is
He was
Cloud.
he was
Isn't
in,
Bayonetta in it? There's some chick in it. It's not Bayonetta, but
I don't know. They should put
You
the
mean female Devil May Cry Dante?
yeah.
Okay.
They should put him in that. That'd be sick. With his full combos, just actual controls.
Right.
Like fucking
it'd be like the PlayStation Smash with Raiden from Metal
Yeah.
Gear Rising.
Okay.
It was his actual shit. He was so overpowered because he would just not stop. As long as you could press A, he would just keep adding to the combo. It was so stupid.
well, you
game
can
was
press A for
DOA.
pretty long, so
I
pretty
remember
easy to press A.
there was that guy, and then there was the main bad guy from the Killzone games, who is like in the game itself. He's like a regular soldier, and you just kill him super quick. Probably teleports or something stupid. But I remember in All Stars, he was just a normal Helgen soldier from the game, and he just had every weapon, and every combination was a different weapon, and it was like an automatic hit every time. That game was like the biggest piece of
slaughtered
shit ever.
everybody.
That was like Sony taking a dump on Smash, basically. Like, and it wasn't even it was like a watery chew tobacco dump. It wasn't even a solid like fiber enriched dump.
They actually like tried making their own like.
Yeah, it was cool, and then they
Huh.
never fixed it. Like it was like gimmicky.
I didn't even know that was like a thing.
Yeah, it was
it's
all.
not
it
like
was all
Smash is
PlayStation
that
characters.
complicated. Like
No,
you
that's
could do that with any publisher, really, if you wanted to.
Mhm. Well, they made it so you can only kill each other if you used your special attacks. So it just became like mash X or square as much as you could. Oh, my guy's lighting up. Press L1 and then you kill somebody. And it was just whoever can do that. The
Dude, if they
fastest
did a
wins.
fucking like Marvel versus DC or some shit,
Yeah, they
should
also
probably
did
sell.
Marvel vs. Capcom
Yeah.
for like Super Nintendo and like the Genesis.
Those games are still really good.
Yeah.
Those were sweet. Like they're timeless.
Capcom vs. SNK
Yeah.
was the other one.
They also did.
did they ever figure out which one won?
I don't think.
It's just whoever you win with, I guess.
I mean, I'd probably say Capcom one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have Dante.
And Mega Man and
Mega
zombies. They just have a horde of Resident Evil, like T-Bar zombies.
You know what? I was talking to a buddy at work about this. Every Resident Evil game, they're aware that there are zombies, but the average person is still completely overcome with fear when they encounter one. So I was talking to him and I was thinking that maybe the zombies have like this AoE effect that makes people automatically confused and scared about them. Because in a world where zombies are the norm, you're still like, Mom, what are you doing? Like that.
I guess.
Stop biting me.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, you were going somewhere. You had somewhere.
So the other hypothetical was what song that has been covered, what cover song of an original song do you think is the best? I can tell you what the worst one is.
Like a cover song that is better than the original? Or just in general?
Johnny Cash.
Let's do both. I was going to say, yeah, Johnny Cash covering Her is better than Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah,
easily. By a lot.
Yeah, but also, what one is your favorite? Because there's probably some that you guys like that probably aren't even as good. Mad World by Gary Jules is better than Tears for Fears, too.
Yeah.
All around me.
I got two of them.
Shoot.
And they both basically have like the same title. Arsis did a Depeche Mode cover on their second one, All the Things You Said by Depeche Mode. And the Berserker did a cover of the Tattoo song by those two like lesbian chicks from like the UK or Russia or wherever
Salt and
they're from.
Peppa?
No, Tattoo.
Pussy Riot?
Sure.
I think that's it, yeah.
No, what's the name of the Russian chicks?
No, it's Tattoo.
Oh, they're Tattoo.
Yeah, that's
so what's
yeah.
the band that covered it?
The Berserker.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those two covers are really good. They're hilarious.
Word.
I think a lot of people would say the Sound of Silence because they like that Disturbed version, which isn't bad.
It's not bad.
But I like the fucking original one too.
Yeah.
So, what else?
I've got to throw
Kill
Marilyn.
Switch Engage did
Holy Diver. That was the
was
one that
good.
prompted this discussion the other day. Not today, but I was also thinking Personal Jesus by Marilyn Manson, which was originally a Depeche Mode song. Really, a lot of his covers are really good. He does 5 to 1 by The Doors, which is...
Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
He also has some bad ones. He does Highway to Hell by AC/DC, and it is laughable.
Dude.
Like,
How do you can't
You want to hear...
you can't cover AC/DC.
Oh, dude. Yes, you can. You want to hear the best thing ever? 6 Feet Under covering AC/DC.
Oh, yeah.
They did a whole album
Yeah.
of AC/DC covers.
Yeah.
really?
Oh,
It's
dude, they have,
hilarious.
I think, 3 or 4 cover
Forgot
albums
about
now.
that. Jesus
Dude.
Christ.
What
band is
That was
this?
so
6 Feet Under. Chris Barnes was the original vocalist of Cannibal Corpse before George Fisher. And like right when he left Cannibal Corpse, he started 6 Feet Under, which is kind of more like a groovy death metal than just being like a straightforward brutal death metal.
Yeah.
But like in the early 2000s, I think to like meet their record label like demands, like to release an album, they started releasing these cover albums called Graveyard Classics, and I'm pretty certain it's the second one. It's all AC/DC covers.
No, Iced Earth did Tribute to the Gods, right? Is that what that one was? Was it Iced Earth?
I think so.
We talked about it before. I also
Tribute
really
to the
love...
Gods.
Or was
I
that
believe
Blind
it was-
Guardian?
I can't remember.
I was gonna say
But I know
Blind
that-
Guardian did a couple great covers. Dream a Little Dream of Me. They did a cover of that. That's really good.
Oh, yeah, okay, I remember that.
Mr. Sandman. They also did a cover.
Really?
Yeah,
That's probably
They're
not
up to
bad.
4 Graveyard Classics now.
told
Yeah,
you,
Iced Earth did
That's
Tribute to
crazy.
the
I'm
Gods.
Yeah.
gonna listen to the shit out of these tonight.
dude. They're hilarious.
Or isn't it? And it's death metal covers.
Yes,
That's
It's
amazing.
The
How have I never heard of
AC/DC
this?
one is
No,
literally
They're hilarious.
It's funny because they don't even change the tone of whatever album they were recording.
Yeah.
So it's literally that same guitar tone, but it's literally them playing AC/DC with
just death metal
They
vocals.
did
with
like
Chris Barnes vocals over it.
they did like Smoke on the Water and shit.
Oh yeah, they did some like Judas Priest covers too. I think on the newer one.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Iced Earth. I thought Iced Earth's Tribute to the Gods was really good. They did Number of the Beast, and that was a good cover, like really good, because obviously they're like similar in style anyway. They did Highway to Hell, Burning for You.
Yeah, I'll show you
Black
guys
Sabbath, Hallowed Be Thy Name.
at the break. I'll show you the Highway to Hell Marilyn Manson cover because it's kind of embarrassing. It'd be like something that a kid tried to do for like an 8th grade project. Like, it's just, he adds a ton of like,
It's his final project, and he just released it to the world.
Dude, if he finished at that note, oh my god. I don't think anybody from AC/DC is dead, but they hope that they are because of that cover. No.
I mean, Malcolm Young passed away last November.
Oh yeah, that's
I think. Right. And I mean,
Cheers.
cheers. I don't know why we're cheering to some guy's death. But
To Malcolm.
I thought this was gonna be 6 Feet Under's cover.
It is.
Oh, I thought you would at least growl the ois.
It's way too heavy for AC/DC.
That's amazing.
Yeah, whole album. He does like "You Shook Me All Night Long" and stuff like that.
That's so good.
It's beautiful.
It's pretty great.
That's actually way too good.
I forgot all about that shit. Now that's gonna be all I'm listening to for the next five years.
So going back to covers,
We were already on covers.
well, going back to it, we were also talking about classic movies. And if you could have any classic movie remade that hasn't been remade yet, or have it
Aladdin, dude.
have it
Aladdin.
remade, have it.
Aladdin.
That's so instant.
The problem
Aladdin.
is, like, the thing is that I know he's being 100%
Aladdin.
serious because he loves Aladdin.
Aladdin's great.
Like this. Or any other
Aladdin.
movie that's been remade. If you could fix the remake, what would it be?
Aladdin.
I mean, I might have to agree. Aladdin.
Yeah. I think that'd be
Do you
great.
think they? I want Rafi as Aladdin. You ever watch The League?
No.
Oh God, you don't want Rafi as Aladdin,
Okay.
but I do.
Why don't we just have Donald Glover as like Aladdin or something like
They have
that?
Donald Glover as
Yeah.
every character.
Yeah.
We could pull that off, yeah.
He's the only person I think that could. Him or like John Malkovich.
I think he's gonna be in the live action Lion King movie.
Yeah, he's
How do
remake
you
or whatever.
he's
do
Simba.
that?
I'm pretty sure.
How are they doing that? Do they have
Eric
live-
Andre's in it too. Eric Andre's Eric Andre is the main hyena.
What?
Yeah,
He's not like
shit.
Pumbaa or
nope. Which is the best part because I was expecting him to be like Timon.
Yeah.
I wanted
Timon is
him-
underrated, dude.
Timon's the best
is
character.
the man.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
But
he doesn't
yeah.
he doesn't get the praise that he deserves.
I like how we're talking about Lion King right now. This is great.
I love Lion King, dude. That's probably like it's probably the best Disney movie besides.
Aladdin.
Well, Shrek isn't Disney. Is Shrek Disney?
DreamWorks.
No, yeah, it's DreamWorks.
Okay, well, Shrek's the best movie
Yeah, overall.
Ever.
ever. But yeah, I think The Lion King is probably the best Disney movie. I probably at one. Incredibles is good. Is Nemo?
I've never seen it. never
Nemo's
seen
Disney, isn't it?
Incredibles.
Nemo's cool.
It's
yeah,
also Pixar. I
Toy
think.
Story. Well, they're all at Disney World, right?
I
Yeah,
think
Disney,
so.
Pixar.
Yeah.
Classic
Inside
Pixar.
Out is good. Have you
Toy
seen
Story.
I haven't. No.
That that made me cry in a room full of girls, and I was the only one crying, and they were all making fun of me.
That is a good
It was a
experience.
good night. That's when I realized that I'm a total sub. Because I was crying and they were laughing, and I was feeling kind of good.
I mean, things happen.
You should watch it though. It's about this little girl that she's going through. She's not going through puberty, but she moved across the country, and her parents are arguing, and she has no friends, and she gets bullied. And it's the story of how her emotions try and fix her.
Yeah, that part I know.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's pretty sad.
It's a good movie.
I was gonna say, want to talk about real sad stuff? Either of you guys watch 13 Reasons Why?
I refuse.
Okay.
It hits too close to home.
I have about 13 reasons why I wouldn't watch it.
I've read the books.
I see that I'd like to read.
The books are really, really good. The show is too real. Like, it's too close.
Yeah,
I watched the second season a couple weeks ago, and I really liked it. I liked both first and second season. I thought they were really good. But I totally understand.
Yeah, that's totally something I never thought that you would like.
Yeah.
Really.
I don't think I've ever even heard of it.
It's good. It's really
great.
like
Is it
the
a
story
drama?
itself is it's really good. It's about
Basically.
Aaron will know better than I do. I read it like when it came out. So like
I mean, from what I understand, it's pretty close to the
It's
book.
like this girl kills herself and she has 13 videotapes or no
Cassette tapes.
cassette tapes, and each one is for a different person, and like each person led her.
Oh, so
to
it's like
committing
Dennis's sex tapes. He's just
Not
got
at
one
all.
for each person.
No. No, they're all leading up.
Yeah, basically it like starts off with the whole idea that she like committed suicide over just bullying, but it's like way more than that, and it ends up being, you find out that like the jock of the football team, spoiler alert, like raped her. And it's like a whole story of like that unraveling and how the school's trying to uncover it, like keep it covered up so it doesn't like affect, you know, them getting sued. And that's actually what the second season's about, is like them going through the whole court process and like interviewing the kids over like how terrible the environment is at school.
Because there were like teachers that were bullying her, and like she reported it, and if I remember, there was like, spoiler alert, when after she comes clean about the jock raping her, they try and like brush it under the rug because he's gonna go to like university or something stupid like that.
I can't watch
Basically,
it now. You guys spoiled the whole thing.
Yeah, we basically did. Yeah.
But yeah,
The second season's fucked though.
I haven't really gotten into any dramas. I watched The Ranch, and I guess that's closest to a drama that I've ever fucking
well,
watched.
yeah,
really.
if you
That's
just focus
not-
on like the Danny Masterson subplot in real life, that's pretty dramatic. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess.
I can't. I just, like I said when I earlier, I've just been watching Ghost Adventures, man. I got Hulu back somehow. I haven't been paying for it, but it's
back.
it's back.
You
So I don't know.
decided to come. It came back to you.
Yeah, so I went and I'm like, I wonder if there's any new Ghost Adventures. And they originally only had seasons 9, 10, 11. Now they have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I started all the way back at 7. I don't know why they don't have 1 through 6. Like, I think it's because they know that like 1, 2, and 3 are the best seasons, and they want people to actually buy them.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever. But it's still, it's just entertaining to just turn on. It's terrifying to wake up to at like 3 in the morning.
Oh, I bet.
Like if you fall asleep and all of a sudden you wake up and it's just like, like there was one.
Them getting spooked and then they spook you.
Yeah, that's what I woke up to this morning at like 3. I had work at fucking 6:30 and I didn't set the sleep timer. And at like 3 o'clock I'm waking up and I'm just like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? And I'm like, oh, what's going on? And they show like some stupid like CGI ghost and like in between the cuts. Like, in between the cuts of different rooms that they're in, they have a little, like, skit, like a 10-second skit, and they're always like, way scarier than the rest of the show.
Oh, jeez.
But it's cool. I don't buy into any of it, but I think it's, like, to me, it's the same way that wrestling is. You have to suspend your disbelief.
Yeah.
And it makes it kind of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's the only way you can watch wrestling. I mean, if you look at it like, oh shit, this is all fake, then it ain't gonna have fun.
Right.
What other shows you been watching?
I mean, honestly, after binge watching 13 Reasons, every now and then I'll watch an episode of Forensic Files because it's just...
I don't think I've
fucked up
watched
real
Forensic
stories.
Files since, like, we watched it in school. Because I'm pretty sure we used to watch it in fucking,
Is that the
like,
one that's
Biology and stuff like
Biology
that.
based,
class.
based on real cases?
Oh, it's all real cases.
It's all real shit.
And it's like, each episode is
wear these.
obviously how they use the forensics to...
Just got
you know.
like hair samples, semen
Yeah,
samples.
who did it and
Yeah,
whatever.
like who jizzed where and
Yeah.
when the jizz came
Dude,
out.
hotel's got to be a problem for them.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of different samples that they get mixed in.
They're all tied to Bill Cosby somehow.
There was a.
I'm pretty certain he's shooting blanks at this time.
It's just a pop, or it's just like a poof.
A pudding pop.
Like dust comes out, a little bit of dust. Dust cloud.
If you could change the color of your urine, what color would you change it to?
I'd say like a nice magenta.
Okay, you're wrong. Aaron, what's your answer?
Blue.
Okay, you're close. You know what the real answer is?
Magenta.
Chrome.
I don't think that's possible. Is chrome a color, or is it like a? It's more like a texture, like a. You know what I
Fine,
mean? Like
then fucking silver or platinum or something.
Platinum isn't a color either. Silver's, I guess, silver's. A
Okay,
color.
if it's on a crayon, it's a color. So chrome does not count, but I guarantee you silver is a color.
It's
Yeah.
one of those special metallic ones that you have to pay extra for. I didn't have money for that for the Crayolas, dude.
Dude, I remember my dad bought me one of those
Come on.
Crayola box of crayons with a sharpener built in.
Yeah, those are sick.
Yeah.
Those crayons tasted so good.
Yeah.
Sharpener didn't taste good.
You got to
Tastes
eat
like
them
blood.
from the back first. You can't, because then you can't write with them if you start eating them.
I ate a
from
box
the
of
front.
56 crayons and now I'm down to 32.
Yeah.
Always the 72 box.
I used to sharpen both sides.
See, that's when I knew you were destined for greatness. When
Yeah.
I came over once and you were like, check this out.
Sharpening both sides.
Yeah, it was like the other day.
That was the other day.
He's like,
I sharpened them so much that they're gone. I sharpened them till they were gone. Like that's.
It's fun.
I used to like to do that with pencils, just sharpen them with those automatic sharpeners. Just stick them in there and just until they're fucking gone.
You know what's weird is how you don't use pencils after school.
No, you don't.
Like after you graduate high school, I haven't touched a pencil since.
I use pencils all the time.
You draw a lot though, don't you?
Yeah, I guess.
yeah, but he uses.
What do you use
Crayola.
pencils for other than drawing? That's the only
I write.
like in your journal or like
Yeah.
stories and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't use
basically.
Crayola.
No, I
Watch
do
it.
not use Crayola metallics. I don't have money for them, Seth. Thanks.
What about the?
I use Pilot G207s
Oh,
Those are
yeah.
good ones.
Exclusively.
The G2, yeah.
or
They're so
Zebra.
smooth.
The Zebra
Zebras
pens,
make good ones
they're
too.
really good pens.
I like
so
the
smooth.
ballpoint though. I don't really care for the gel because they kind of run sometimes.
I like when it's thick. I like the nice thick.
I don't have
Nice.
I don't have a good
The nice thick
ballpoint,
gel.
but my
Nice
dad
thick
gets
stick
every year he gets new pens for his tax office, and he got these pens that are like this matte, like textured pen, and it's a ballpoint, and the clicky part has a fucking what do you call them? A stylus built in, so you can use the pen as a stylus on your phone,
okay. Yep.
and they're really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's the way to go. But what happens when it runs out of ink? Then you got
the
to fill it.
stylus.
Yeah, the pen. The pen. The stylus doesn't. No,
When the pen, I don't know, man. I've never had a pen run out of ink. I usually lose them before then,
yeah, that's
and I
true.
replace them. Like I think that's the.
That usually is what happens.
You had that happen? A pen run out of ink?
Yeah. I just always have an extra set of pens.
Well, you'd hope so.
Yeah.
You gotta have an extra set of pens. That's just.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of a dork, I guess. I just have like extra set of shit.
Well,
that
you
I
have
don't really
that-
use
you have, like,
until it
in-
happens.
In your room, you have like in your back corner, you have like that easel thing, right?
Oh yeah,
What is that?
yeah. It's an actual like art desk.
I like that.
Yeah, that was actually pulled out of the Mexico high school.
No shit.
Yep. My mom was a business teacher there for like almost 10 years, and literally like the year she was like moving on or moving to another job or whatever, the art teacher was like getting rid of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Any of y'all need an easel?
yeah, basically it was just like
Well, this is nicer than that. It's like a.
yeah, it's like an actual like desk.
It's like a smart board.
Oh no, not at all. I wish. Then I
Those are
just
dope.
project my porn right onto it.
Yeah, those are dope as long as you can calibrate them right.
You never.
Yeah, I hate
can.
when
you
the
can't.
when the screen's like slightly off kilter and like
Yeah.
you try to write and it's like coming up over here.
I wish Sean was up here because there's this chick we went to school with in 6th grade. Her name was Brittany Boyer. I don't even know if she's.
I've
alive.
heard of that.
Why
name.
does
I
that
don't-
name sound familiar?
I've heard of that name.
She's infamous. I don't even know if she's alive anymore. She was a gigantic. No, she like the shitty part is if I knew her now, I would have been way nicer to her. Because I was 11
So you're a dick.
and I was
Yeah.
a dick.
I mean,
we all
everybody
were,
was a dick
but,
when they were 11.
You know what?
I guess.
I guess so. She was the one that like everybody was mean to because like you would give her the benefit of the doubt and then she would just like ruin your expectations. Mm-hmm. But I remember,
fair enough.
Mr. Gibbons made her cry. We literally we were talking about how we were getting a smart board, and in elementary school, smart boards were a big deal. I think the only other teacher with a smart board was like Mrs. Carroll or Mr. Fayette or somebody. So we're finally getting a smart board. The first day we have it, she spent the whole day coloring with markers and stuff, and then she went onto the smart board to calibrate it, which has prompted me to remember this, and she had marker ink on her hands.
Oh, no.
You know exactly what happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she smeared marker ink all over this fucking screen, calibrating it and then doing problems and stuff. And we turned the projector off.
All she was doing was creating problems.
Completely smeared with fucking marker ink. We didn't get to use the smart board for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Because
she wasn't solving
the worst part was he went to fix, Mr. Gibbons went to clean it with like Windex or whatever it was and ended up fucking up the touch part, like the touchscreen part. So we got the... Fuck you, Brittany.
And it's hilarious that like you're saying that like you got to use that in like when you were in like what, 6th grade? Yeah, because I remember when I was in 8th grade, my math teacher being like, "Oh, we have to go to the, all these special trainings to learn how to use them." I never even saw a smart board until I was a freshman in high school.
Yeah, that was the crazy thing was I got to high school and literally every classroom had a smart board.
And they still didn't know how to use them.
That was the worst part. And
well, what's funny is when you try and calibrate it, and no matter how close you get to the little dot or the little cross or whatever, it doesn't matter how close you get. It's always incorrect. Like, it's always off just that little bit, like to the right or whatever.
And also,
basically what you have to do is calibrate it a little bit to the right to get it to be right, correct?
Yeah, I just remember the markers. You could put like a regular Expo white erase marker because it didn't recognize a marker. It just recognized something being in the slot.
Right.
So, like, I remember there was I think it was Mr. Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Hall in like 10th grade. His smart board was just like random shit just to make it so he could click it. Because he never used the markers, but he'd always lose them somehow.
Right.
And so he just had stuff in the little holes there.
People probably take them, though.
Probably.
Just to be a dick.
But yeah, I remember.
Because everybody was a dick when they were 11.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially Jake.
Yeah. And, you know, those smart markers are very valuable on the streets.
Yeah. Well, I remember my Aunt Kathy was a teacher at Layton. 6th grade teacher, and she had she got a smart board, and then I remember she was babysitting me or whatever. I was like 11 or 12, and she had
So you were a dick.
It was I was an asshole. I punched her right in the fucking face.
Oh, she was asking
because I hated her dog. His name was Bandit. He was a little Shih Tzu. Fuck Bandit. But she had this. It was the weird sort of tablet that connected to your smart board. But there wasn't a screen on the tablet. It was just a touch screen, but there was no LCD. So it literally looked like a chalkboard that you held.
Okay.
And you had to... It was so fucking stupid. You had to hold it and use it wirelessly, but you had to watch the smartboard projector in order to know where you were drawing. So not only did you have to calibrate the smartboard, you had to calibrate the little tablet.
And they both don't ever work.
Thing. Like, you know those little those animator tablets you connect to your computer?
Oh yeah.
That like
it's just like a Wacom tablet or something
like
like that.
Yeah, it was like that, but there was no screen. Mm-hmm. It was very, very obtuse.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember she had one of those. I remember being amazed by technology when I was younger, and I think things stopped amazing me at some point. I don't remember what it was.
When Steve Jobs died.
Probably. I want to say it was maybe Ultrabooks. The ones that are the laptops that you can morph into tablets. That was when I was like, okay, cool. That's we don't need anything more than that.
No, you really don't, to be honest.
We got to the moon.
Like, where does it go from there?
You could probably take the battery out of this vape and get to the moon with it.
I mean, that'd be cool.
Yeah, you probably could, yeah. It has to have a full charge, obviously, but...
It never does.
No,
I'm an addict.
I mean, it's just crazy that, like, our phones hold more technology and information than the computers that got us to the moon and stuff like that. You know, that's saying shit, man.
And fucking everybody has one.
And that is the scary thing. It's like a computer's not a computer unless you at least have a terabyte like hard drive or something nowadays. It's like, I remember when I got my computer set up, having a terabyte was like insane.
It was like overkill.
But that was back in like 2011, 7+ years later. Now that's like cheap shit.
Yeah.
I remember I built my computer when I was 16, so it was like 2012, 2013. One of those Christmases. I was either turning 16 or I was already 16. But my computer had 16 gigs of RAM, and it was a terabyte hard drive and a half terabyte solid state drive. And the guy I bought the parts and I paid this dude to build it for me, and even he was telling me like, you don't need that much RAM. And I'm like, no, I want that much. Just put it in. Now I'm going to buy another computer, and people are telling me now if you don't have at least 16 gigs, then it's pointless, because games and programs are so demanding now.
Right.
Yeah. What's crazy though is now you can buy like a smartphone for like less than $100. So literally everybody has one. And if you don't, like, you just don't use a phone very often.
I mean, the phone that I have, like literally the plan and the phone itself, it's like $100 for a whole year.
I like that case.
See, I could never get into those cases.
I don't know. My dad just buys. He's like OCD, so like when he buys the phone, he buys the case and everything. He's like, here you go. They're good for a year. And I'm like, oh, all right.
See, I just get these with the back panel, and then I get a tempered glass like screen cover.
Well, my case is just a clear one, but they don't make cases for this phone.
But the ones that fold always annoyed me because like every time you check your phone, you have to open it.
Right.
It was cool. I had a Samsung.
They have ones that are like wallets too, though. Like they're like that, but they have like slots in them for like your credit cards.
That's literally what his is.
Yeah.
But
those are cool. I like that.
I had one for the Samsung where if you opened it up, it automatically unlocked.
Right.
Which was convenient. And then I realized I'm going to college and I don't want people to be able to unlock my phone.
Well, there's one that's really cool that I saw for the HTC, the HTC One M8 and the M9. I think Joe actually had one. It's kind of like a dot. They're like a bunch of dots you can see through. And you close it, and it recognizes the cover. Right. So, like, it changes what's displayed on your screen. So it'll show you, like, the time and, like, your notifications over the flip cover.
Oh,
so, like, you can kind of see through it.
No, I know what you're talking about. I think my brother has that.
It's cool.
Yeah, where it's got, like, a section of it where you can see through the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my brother has that.
The dot view one for the M8 is a bunch of dots all the way across the entire case, and it changes the display on your screen.
Oh, so it'll move along the case.
Yeah, and you can actually tap. You can actually tap on it and interact with certain things without opening it.
That's really interesting.
I'm still trying to figure out everything I can do with this phone, because I got the Razer phone, and I saw Joe right after I got it, and like Joe, like for some reason I didn't think Joe was like technologically
he's always
adept,
got something,
but he knows really so much shit. Like he was showing me how like the Razer phone's built in with surround sound speakers. He showed me how you can go in and customize them. You can customize them based on what app you're using.
Oh yeah, man.
So we went through like my emulators now are like going to be heavier on like certain equalizer than another one, and then like my music he changed it so like whether my headphones are plugged in or not, or if I have a Bluetooth speaker, it's all going to be a different like equalizer.
Right.
It was crazy.
It's
pretty really cool. Like I love and then with my emulator, if I put like my PlayStation emulator on and play Final Fantasy or whatever, it'll change how much RAM it uses.
Was that built into your phone? Like
and I didn't even know it was a thing. Like he knew about it, and it wasn't even a phone that he had.
Like I have
see, like that stuff makes me feel like I'm so technologically like inept.
Right?
Like
I just felt great being able to install an emulator, and Joe's like, you know what you can do with that?
Right.
And I'm like, show me, please, because you look like you know what you're talking about. And all of a sudden he's just
like my phone has like a Dolby app.
Yeah,
so
mine's
I've never really played with it, but I know that you can probably change like the way certain, like when you're connected to certain Bluetooth devices, it'll change your, like your mix and stuff.
And it recognizes, it has the smart sync, so like
if I Bluetooth to the car, it would change like the actual bounce of like the bass and shit.
Like it recognizes my friend Amanda's car, so when I get in her car,
it just connects.
It'll automatically go to iTunes and it'll automatically play like a certain playlist.
Wow.
Because we listen to rap and hip hop and stuff.
Right.
So when I get in their car, it'll just go into that playlist.
That's fucked.
Yeah,
That's really crazy.
the van that
Yeah,
I
I got
drive fucking didn't
this thing.
have
So that's like my default equalizer. So I have it cranked because you can crank the speakers. That way it's basically a mini speaker.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to have my Bluetooth on me all the time, but it has all these custom ones too up at the top.
my van is super fucking old, and it has no CD player and no aux port, and
Really?
the cassette port. You know those cassettes that you can put in with the aux cable.
Yeah.
Right.
The cassette thing is broken too. The cassette deck is broken. So what I did was I bought one of those wireless FM transmitters.
Yeah.
They actually work
They're
pretty well.
really good.
You plug it into the cigarette lighter, and it uses your phone connects to it through Bluetooth, and it changes their signal into an FM signal,
Yeah.
and you just tune your radio to that frequency.
Dude, it's some
Wow.
mind
And
bending
That's really
shit.
cool.
It's
My
pretty
my
sick,
buddy
and it's
Dan
only
had one before
they're only
he got
like
his
15
price
bucks.
tag. Yeah. You get them right at Walmart.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, my buddy Dan had one for his, he had like an old Jeep, like a 2004 Jeep or something, and that's what he used.
Yeah, you don't have to. That's the thing. Nowadays, you don't have to buy like a super new car to get Bluetooth
Right.
shit capabilities in your car.
Yeah. And even then you can be like Sam. My buddy Sam just always has a wireless speaker, and he just puts it in the center console.
Right.
There's no door on the center console. It's just like a fucking, like a
Yeah,
JBL speaker or something.
I have one of those too somewhere. It's over there somewhere. But
the
it's nice
Magic
for
Box
like
or Sound Box or whatever.
it's
Sound
just
bar.
It's just
No.
a little black speaker.
The pill. It's like the Beats pill.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
like that, yeah. And it's cool because you can take it outside and like just pop it on the fucking table and listen
Yeah.
to music there.
My dad got he got a sound bar that's wireless with a battery, like a normal Samsung sound bar that you can carry around. So
Cool.
if we go to like campfires or something, you just set that on the picnic table, and it's just a full like surround sound speaker.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I
It's
spent
super.
like
It's like way out of my price range. If I'm buying a wireless speaker, I'm spending like $30.
yeah.
Like
I was gonna say my dad has one that's like this big, and it's perfect.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
JBL,
Bluetooth
Bose, and
everything.
Samsung. Like, really, it's gotten to the point where
It just needs to be, as far as I'm concerned, I don't care too much about fucking having great quality when I'm just going to be outside.
good range.
I just want it to be loud, and like louder than my phone.
Yeah.
That's all. As long as it isn't fucking super shitty. I mean, I spent like probably 3 hours the other night putting together a playlist for the car. Just going through all my whole Spotify library and being like, yeah, this is a good driving song. Like, yeah, this
all
is
you
good.
need to put on there is
Yeah.
"When the Levee Breaks"
Yeah.
by Led Zeppelin,
No, you gotta
and
also
then "Don't
put
Stop Till You Get Enough."
and Steve Winwood. Every Steve Winwood song ever.
What does he do on Guitar Hero? "We Three Kings"? No, that's Steve Oimet.
And it's not him.
We Met? How do you pronounce that?
I have no idea.
Steve who?
Steve Oimet? Oimet?
Oh, we met.
Is that how you pronounce it? Oh, it's like Ouemett.
We
Sure.
met. We met.
Do you not know who I'm talking about?
Not really.
Is he French as fuck or what
I
is
don't know,
he?
French Canadian.
French Canadian. Oh.
I don't know. I have no idea. I was thinking about getting a soundbar just for the TV because I don't want to, like I said last episode, I don't want to run fucking surround sound speakers like around this because this is a
Right.
fucking, it's kind of a mess in here to run shit around
No, that's
the
understandable.
walls.
Oh,
Fuck
it's
that.
yeah, it is Steve Ouimet. Oimet. Steve Ouimettte.
Oh,
that guy?
I still don't know who he is.
It was a cover made for Guitar Hero.
Oh.
I didn't know that. I thought it was
You know
the
what's the
original song.
funniest? The funniest
okay.
cover for Guitar
Huh.
Hero is the fucking Lamb of God one, where they
Dude.
covered "Laid to Rest," and the singer's horrible,
Dude, yeah.
and they
Some of those
censor
are so
out all
bad.
the words.
Dude.
I don't remember it.
I
The,
mean,
the guitars and the instrumentals are fine.
yeah, but
'Cause
the
it's not
vocals
that
are
hard of a
clearly not Randy Blythe.
No, they're not. at all.
That's and if it was him on the worst day ever.
It was
Yeah.
him. It was him like on Benadryl or something. Like
Worse
he
than
just
that,
got ready.
like-
he just took an Ambien.
Like
and
he
was
just
like,
threw up
Yeah,
and like
And he
acid
has
is burning his
pneumonia.
throat, and he's
You
just
gotta
like,
listen to
yeah.
that. Then.
Ready to rest, the fire sound.
it's so.
just fly yourself. You gives a boop. Yeah,
There's
it's
no-
like,
the sense
wow.
of fucking swear words.
This is, and they also did
The
that
one breakdown section where he goes, "So you gives up."
But they also did that to At the Gates with Blinded by Fear.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I think they have to redo the song because they
Right.
gotta pull each layer of the song out. So when you like fuck up a certain part, it stops that track. Like it'll stop the guitar track. So they kind of have to like cover all the songs, I would
Right.
imagine, unless they can get access to the individual tracks.
well, it was weird because like I'm pretty certain. Well, that might have been just Guitar Hero, so they might not have had vocals and other stuff. But I
Right,
remember when
'cause
they
in
had
Rock
like the
Band-
Fall of Troy, like
They
it
had
was all the original
They had
stuff.
FC Premix.
Yeah, SCP remix.
In Rock Band, they have to have all the tracks because
Right.
you can play all of them, and when you fuck up, if you're not playing, it's just
Yeah.
not going to play the track.
It's got to be like a weird program or algorithm or something.
Well, or they just
Get the tracks.
were able to get the tracks.
And they
Because you
get a
got to
shitty
think
cover
about
band.
how many
Or
bands.
they cover it
How many
shittily,
how many bands have you heard of that were like okay as far as how famous they were that like blew up because of Guitar Hero? Maybe some bands like straight up sold their tracks to Guitar Hero. You know what I mean? And even think of the bands that like just were one hit wonders that were on Guitar Hero or Rock Band. You know.
I mean, I know a lot of people would actually probably fight me over it, but I would still say Dragon Force. I still
Dragon Force
strongly
is-
believe
yeah.
that if it wasn't for Through the Fire and Flames being on Guitar Hero,
no
They
one would know
sold,
who they were.
sold a
still.
lot of their
Yeah.
songs to franchises. Like I remember for like 3 years straight, one of their songs was on NHL.
All of their songs are about being so far away. They say it in every song.
oh, dude, that's my favorite part. So far away, and then it's just like repeats that in
They're
like 5
always
albums.
far away. It's unbelievable.
Even when things aren't far away, they are.
They are, yeah.
Set so far away, we wait for the day.
Exactly.
All right.
When the Clear Shots podcast comes around, Broccoli Hands Dan is walking right down the street. Hey Dan, what you got on your feet? Is that celery?
All right. We'll see you. See you later.
Right?
Clear Shots Podcast is available on any of your favorite podcasting websites or applications. You can check us out at clearshotspodcast.com to hear any of the episodes. Also, follow us on Facebook. I think it's facebook.com/clearshotspodcast to get there. And you can also check us out on Twitter at clearshotspod. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.